Misplacing yourself is never a fun time, so having a Bluetooth tracker is a must have. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 10 key differences between the Apple AirTag and the brand new TileMate 2024. Let's jump into the video. And starting at number 1, just in case it's not obvious, the Apple AirTag only works with Apple iPhones. So if you don't have an iPhone, it will not work. With Tiles, if you have an Android or Apple device, Tiles will work for you. And number 2 and 3 is the physical design and battery. If you're going to be using this in a wallet, you're definitely going to want the Tiles Slim or a third-party Apple Find My wallet tracker from Eufy, Chipolo, Pebblebee, or even KeySmart, just because of how thin it is, a little under 3mm. Apple AirTag comes in at almost 8mm. Even though the Apple AirTag has a replaceable battery, Tile Slim has a non-replaceable battery, but because of that thickness, that wins by far for anything that you're going to be putting in your wallet. Now, if you're going to be attaching your tracker to your keys or similar belongings where you're going to be using a keyring, the TileMate does have an area where you can attach that keyring very easily. But when it comes to the Apple AirTag, unfortunately you will buy a accessory to attach this to your keys or other devices. So definitely keep that in mind, because you will have to buy additional accessory for the Apple AirTag. And because I'm not a big fan of e-waste, especially when the company knows what they're doing and has proven before that they can put a replaceable battery, it is really hard to recommend the TileMate. On the other hand, Tile does have a replaceable battery in their Tile Pro version. Yes, it does cost an extra few bucks when you originally buy it, but at least you can replace that battery every year. In addition, you get better range, which we'll talk about next. And for the rest of this video, I'm only going to be mentioning the Tile Pro because that's the one that I recommend. And number 4, when we talk about cost, the Apple AirTag up front is a little bit cheaper, but because you have to buy an accessory to attach it to something, you could be looking at the same price or a little bit more than the Tile Pro. Now, here's the kicker though. If you want the services that the Apple AirTag has, like the smart alerts or out range alerts, you have to buy the Tile Premium service, and that cost of that Tile Premium service puts the Tile Pro at an additional higher rate for the entire year. So in my book, when it comes to the cost, the Apple AirTag for the long run is a little bit cheaper because they offer you that service for free. And this leads into number 5 and 6, which is the range and the community. Now, when I'm talking about range, that is between your phone and Bluetooth range of your Tile or your Apple AirTag. Tile says the Tile Pro has a range of about 500 feet, but in my testing of Tile Pro's last year's model, I got over 600 feet. When it came to testing the actual AirTag in my max field test, I only got about 90 feet. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't claim what their range is, but because of their size of community, it really doesn't matter. And what I'm talking about here is the Apple AirTag community, or Find My community, where there's over 1 billion active devices all looking for your Apple AirTag. So if you happen to misplace it or lose it, every single iPhone or Apple device that has Bluetooth will report back that location where connected. Where Tile, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, let's say 100 million users, where that doesn't even compare to 1 billion active users looking for a device. So even though that Tile has a great range, unfortunately the community of the Apple AirTag blows it away. And for number 7 is the water resistance, where the AirTag comes in at IP67 and the Tile Pro comes in a little bit higher at IP68. But in all honesty, as long as you're not going to deep dive with these things, you're going to be just fine. These things can definitely get wet. I've actually been swimming with a AirTag for hours on end, and I've never had any issues, although I don't recommend it, and these are not made to be in water. But if they get a little wet under normal conditions, they're going to survive just fine. And for number 8 and 9 is the ultra wideband and sound. If you want a louder Bluetooth tracker, Tile Pro is one of the loudest on the market today, where Apple AirTag is probably one of the softest when it comes to the sound. So if you want to find your Tile in some hard to hear places like inside the couch or in a different room, you definitely want the Tile Pro, where if you can't hear it at all, but you know it's within Bluetooth range or ultra wide wideband range, you can actually use ultra wideband if you have an iPhone 12 or newer, where that will actually give you the direction and distance where your Apple AirTag is. So if you're in a noisy environment, or you're hard of hearing, or you just can't hear it because it's inside the couch, then the ultra wideband is going to be a huge player. But understand it will take you longer to find, so if you have the ability to hear the Tile Pro, you'll find something faster over the ultra wideband, which is a lot slower. And for number 10 is the smart alerts, or out of range alerts, or left behind alerts, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. So if you happen to leave your device behind, say at restaurants, but you still have your phone, the phone will let you know to go back and get your Apple AirTag or Tile Pro. Now when it comes to Tile, unfortunately they charge for this feature with some other services, which you really don't need. So you're really just paying for this one. With the Apple AirTag, they give this to you for free. So in my book, the Apple AirTag blows away the Tile Pro unless you're not an Apple iPhone user, or for some reason you want something louder with a little bit longer range, then Tile Pro is a great choice also. But if you're an iPhone user, Apple AirTag is definitely the way to go. And as a bonus for sticking around this far, I want to talk about some extra features that Tile has. If someone finds your Tile 2024, they do have a QR code on back of most of the devices except for the sticker, where someone can scan that QR code with their camera app and get your contact information if you did input it into the system. When it comes to the Apple AirTag, they have something very similar, but it's not a QR code, it's an NFC sticker or chip inside the device, and someone can scan it with their phone, either iPhone or with a Android phone that has NFC capabilities, and it would take them to a website where they can also get your contact information. And new this year, Tile was acquired by Life360, and I absolutely love the Life360 app. I actually have a teenager and absolutely love that app and what it provides for my family and I. Even though the iPhone can kind of give you GPS locations on the phones and everything, I really like the other features built into Life360. And when you have Tiles, you can actually use both of those together in the Life360 app. You can get SOS alerts, but unfortunately the downside to these SOS alerts is that you cannot do the reverse finding feature. You cannot find your phone. That disables the double press of your Tile to find your phone. Now with the SOS feature, you'll have to triple tap the button. That will give it about a 15-second countdown before it sends a message to your circle. Unfortunately, it didn't contact my daughter, who's a teenager. I'm not sure if that's how it's programmed, but it did alert my wife. And then I also, since I'm a gold member and pay for the Life360 service, which you don't have to do, you can have a free account, it also had emergency dispatch, and you can see here my interaction. Hello, this is Eric.
Hi, this is Rachel with Life360. We just got your SOS. Are you in an emergency?
I am not. I'm okay. I'm just testing this out, and it worked. Sorry to bother you. Thank you very much.
Oh, no worries at all. Yeah, do you need anything else?
You got the winning lottery numbers?
I wish.
I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Yeah, alrighty.
All right, bye.
Thank you. You too.
Now understand, this is part of the gold package or the platinum package if you want that emergency dispatch, but otherwise you can definitely notify your inner circle of the Life360 app, so definitely keep that in mind. In addition, when you enable this SOS feature, unfortunately this will disable your reverse finding feature, so you will not be able to ring or find your phone from your tracker, which leads into the next awesome feature from Tile, and that is their reverse finding feature. So if you happen to misplace your phone, you can simply double tap the button on your Tiles to make your phone ring so you're able to find it faster. And unfortunately, AirTags does not have this feature, although there are other ways that you find your misplaced phone, from using your Apple Watch to logging into your iCloud account from any online device. You can simply go in there and make it ring just as easy. But obviously, if it was able to do it from your AirTag, it would be even easier if your AirTag was around. And last but not least, I do want to talk about Alexa integration with Tiles. You can actually go to your Alexa and make your Tiles ring. And you can also do that with your HomePods and HomePod minis. You can simply ask Siri to make your AirTag ring. But the nice thing about Alexa is that it will actually tell you what Alexa is connected to. So if you have the room identified where your Alexa is, you know what range roughly where your Alexa, where your Tile is, because it's within Bluetooth range of that Alexa, and hopefully it's in that actual room, but obviously it's just a Bluetooth signal. And all in all these features from Tile are awesome to see. And if any of these features I mentioned are a must-have for you, obviously you have to have a Tile. Some of these are paid features and some are not, and you have to decide which ones you really want and which ones you want to pay for, or you can get for free from Apple, which in my primary case, I want the smart alerts or left behind alerts. Unfortunately, Tile makes you pay for that service. So in my opinion, having that feature, which is a must-have for me, I rather have a AirTag. On the other hand, if you want a tracker with better Bluetooth range or a louder speaker, then Tile is the one for you. Obviously, if you're an Android user, you have to go for Tile, but if you're an Apple user, you really have to consider what features are important to you, and obviously having a much larger and massive community behind you, helping you find your misplaced items. And in my opinion, the Apple AirTag blows away the Tile as long as you're an Apple iPhone user. Let me know if you agree with me down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys on the next one.